Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to today's vlog for Thursday the 7th of May. I hope you're all well. I've had to change my phone mount, so apologies if the picture is a little bit jumpy. I've got my backup phone mount in operation. I don't know if that's going to affect the sound as well. Hopefully not. It might actually be better. But anyway, there we go. Going to start today a couple of topics. I've mentioned recently about options we have from the Courier Exchange, and I mentioned a new company that was starting up called Courier Bids. Bids is spelled B-I-D-Z. I think they're based up in the northwest of England. They are available to be contacted if you wish to express an interest, and you can do that through their Facebook page or on X. I don't know anything about these guys. I'm not involved with it. I'm just putting it out there. There is an option, and they are due to start very, very soon. So keep a lookout for that. Another one that's also cropped up is called Couriers Today, and I've seen that in the last few days, and they have a quite active Facebook page. That is already up and running, but only if you've got an Android phone. If you've got an iOS like myself, you might have to hang on for a few more weeks, but it's coming. So that's Couriers Today. I think they've got a web page as well, courierstoday.com. Again, I've got no contact with these guys. I'm just putting it out there for you to do your own research and investigation. I did ask these as they are up and running if they're a fee or a percentage app, and they did reply straight away that there's no fees at the moment while they're launching the app. It's basically free of charge, and any payments, you just bid for a job like the CX, any payments will be done through Stripe. I've got no idea what Stripe is, but it's obviously some type of payment platform, and I've got no idea if that's good or bad. But with these options, it's down to you. Do your own research. If they're costing you nothing to sign up for, then I think it's got to be worth it. It supports these guys trying to get something different off the ground, and yeah, have a look, and let's see, hopefully they're successful and prove a bit of a disruptor maybe to the CX to improve their own product. The other thing I was going to talk about, and it's not really courier related, but it is, and I'm not wishing to be morbid by any kind of stretch of the imagination, but I'm now 62, and I'm guessing the majority of people that watch these videos are male, and I'm guessing also the majority are probably over 40. And I've had in the last 5 years, I reckon at least probably 10, maybe a dozen family, friends, acquaintances that have passed away. And the obvious thing we've always got to do is a will. If you haven't done a will, do a will. It's a really simple process. I did mine through my bank, and it's lodged with their will safety scheme that they have. But it's the other bit that I wanted to talk about, and that's what I was doing yesterday on one of my jobs to do list. I did this before. I probably did it maybe 5-6 years ago when I was driving a taxi, so a lot's changed in my life since then. I've taken my pension, and obviously I no longer drive a taxi. I worked at Arsenal. I've got a pension now with Arsenal, and also now I've got this business. What happens if I suddenly passed away? And of those dozen people that have passed away, pretty much 11 of them have been suddenly, with no long-term illness. It's been heart attacks, it's been strokes, stuff like that. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I look after the household stuff, so the simple things: council tax, electricity, water, gas, house insurance, holiday insurance, all simple stuff. Everything's in a folder. Everything's got passwords needed if they're not on the computer, but also written down as well. My personal bits: does your next of kin know your personal bits? Your bank account, the bank accounts you have within that. I've got about 4 different accounts within my bank for various different things. Do they have access to the passwords? Your credit cards, how many credit cards do you have? Do they have access to that information if they needed it? And then on to work. And you know, if I was to drop dead this afternoon, my wife wouldn't have a clue what to do about the van. So she now knows who would likely to buy it, who to contact regarding cancelling the CX, the hire and reward insurance, the goods in transit insurance, how to tie up any loose ends with VAT, HMRC, all these horrible things that someone's going to be left to deal with if you're not here. So please, if you get some chance, as soon as, make some time, get it all down, print it all off. There's a copy in my desk which is for my wife, and I've also done a copy for my brother, because there's always a chance that maybe my wife and I were to pass away at the same time in an accident or something like that. Someone else would know exactly what to do, and as well things like your car, my wife wouldn't have a clue what to do with the family car. So a bit mundane, a bit boring, I know, but massively important. So if you haven't done that, please do that. Right, on to today. As you know, I didn't work yesterday. I did I managed to win a job for this morning, and it was a nice start. It was actually from Brightlingsea, so that was good. There's a company there, there's a large pallet company. I didn't work with them direct, it was through a shipper who I've worked for before, but it was a collection for 7:30 this morning. They are pretty much a 24-hour operation, so I knew if I got in there at 7, there's a good chance that I could get sorted, and that was the case. It was one pallet. I was away at 7:20. It was a small van job. It was only a small pallet, it's one that's come down on a night trunk. 35 miles going to Chelmsford, which I put £50 on. Ideally 60, but bearing in mind where it was. Also, I have picked up from this company before, and I have written to them in the past offering my services, but it doesn't hurt again to actually go in, see the guys there, and just, you know, remind them if you need anything. I am local. The shipper I'm working for is based right up in the north of England, so I'm not really treading on any toes. And this wasn't a job, if you like, for the collection point. It was something for the shipper's customer who's based up in north. Does that all make sense? I don't know. Anyway, right, straight down to Chelmsford there for 8:25. 3 lovely blokes on site waiting for the stuff, because it should have been delivered yesterday. I was all off and away by 8:40. Parked up looking for a second job, and again I thought, as this is the way, I'm going to have to drive 25-30 minutes, and a job came up in Colchester which was back 35 minutes the other way, but I put a price on it and I won it. It was for a medium wheelbase going 43 miles from Colchester to a place called Standon, which is the other side of Bishop Stortford, going towards Ware in Hertfordshire. 43 miles, I put a price of £70 on that, and I got that job, so that was good. Shot back up the A12, got back up there for about 9:50, 9:55, and I was away at 10:10, and that was delivered, or was on site 11:30, away at 11:40. When I got myself a coffee, and then I started making my way back towards Bishop Stortford, and a third job came up. Wasn't a brilliant job, but it suited. From Harlow, shipper I've worked with before, place I've been many times. It was going up to Ipswich, but it was a car job. It was only going to be one box. It's 62 miles. I put 60 on it and didn't get it. The job was reposted at 50, and I bid the 50. It is a car job, but I've done this more than anything because it suits. It was a job straight away. Going to the Ipswich postcode I'm 25 minutes from home, so I picked this up and left site at 1:10. I've got to site at 3:25, and I'm away at 3:20. I'm going to be home at 3:30. I'm happy with that. I've struggled with getting a third job in a day sometimes, so I'd rather take that. I'm home nice and early, and yeah, I'm going to enjoy that time at home. So 3 jobs, 50, a 70 and a 60, 180, just inside my target. Would have liked a few quid extra, but it is what it is. I haven't done any stressful jobs today. I haven't done an awful lot of mileage, and I think with this new less is more, it for me works. I just watched, while I was waiting, I watched Delivery Man put his vlog out for last Thursday, and he took a job up to Peebles in Scotland, which looked absolutely lovely, but my god, it's a trek. I think he finished up in one day doing about 650 miles. It's not for me, really. It really isn't. I'd go to Scotland, I'd go and do a long job, but I think now I'm going to do those long jobs. I've really got to get the money, and if I'm not getting the money, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you've been successful and had a busy one. Got nothing in the bag for tomorrow yet, but it's early, so we'll have a look when I get home, and we'll talk again tomorrow. All the best. Cheers, Paul.